for the 7th time in the last 11 days. Marlins, who are 4-2 against the Astros, come out with this AT&T lineup. Chris Coghlan leads it off in left field. Emilio Bonifacio is the center fielder. Andy Ramirez, who leads in the batting race, is the shortstop, hitting third. There was a lineup switch, and now Ronnie Paulino is the catcher, batting fourth. Dan Uglas hitting fifth at second base. Cody Ross in right field. Wes Helms at third base. Gabby Sanchez was inserted at first base for the injured Jorge Cantu, who has neck stiffness. Sanchez in the 8th spot, and Josh Johnson will be the pitcher batting ninth.
Forget about it. That's what Wandy Rodriguez needs to do tonight. Forget about that abysmal start last time out in Milwaukee. He had been going along so well, the National League Pitcher of the Month in July. Overall, a splendid year for Wandy, 11-7, 3.05 ERA. Defensively, Lee Bourne and Pence cover the outfield, and boy, did they cover it last night, especially Bourne. Blum, Tejada, Matsui, and Berkman, they've got the infield. And Humberto Quintero with a big home run last night. He gets to do the catching tonight.
So as Wandy faces the Marlins for the first time this season, it's Chris Coghlan leading it off. Coghlan with a .290 average has 7 homers, 34 driven in. And there's strike one with Ed Rapuano calling the pitches tonight. Coghlan has really been a nice spark plug at the top of this lineup for the Fish. Leads the majors in hits this month with 32, one more than his teammate Hanley Ramirez. No balls, 2 strikes. Coghlan had 3 hits last night, scored 2 runs. Bounces it to the shortstop. Good pickup and throw on the run by Miguel Tejada.
Good start for Wandy. Pounding that strike zone early. Strike, strike, strike. Got ahead of Coghlan, then got the routine ground ball to short. Set the tone early after that rough outing. Here's the breakdown home and road. Wandy at 1.92 ERA, the second best home ERA. And on the road, solid but not spectacular season. Of course, the outing last time out really skewing those numbers. Got 10 runs.
Bonifacio takes, and it's strike one to the center fielder with a .257 average, 1 homer, 26 runs batted in. He's a switch hitter who's hitting .333 as a right-handed batter for 135 at bats. Lunges at that one. No balls, 2 strikes. Forget about it is right for Wandy. That rough start, giving up 10 hits and 10 runs in 4 innings at Milwaukee Friday. Bounces the curve, and it's 1-2 to Bonifacio. Bonifacio put together a career-high 9-game hitting streak from late June through early July. This is the most playing time he's had in the big leagues this season. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. In Wandy's career against Florida, he's won 2 and lost 1 with a 3.65 ERA.
With Wandy on the mound, Freddie Gonzalez, the manager of the Marlins, sits a couple of his lefty hitters. Baker, the catcher. Nick Johnson's still banged up in a hamstring problem. He hasn't played all series. Jeremy Hermida, who had been in right field, is on the bench tonight. So it's a little bit different look as Ross slides over to right. Bonifacio covers center. A little more speed, a little less power in that lineup tonight, especially with Cantu being shelved right before the ball game.
Ball 4, Bonifacio draws the walk, and he has 20 steals in 29 attempts. Now it'll be Ramirez. Hanley leading in the batting race by 31 points, hitting .358 with 18 homers, 82 runs batted in. New baseball for Wandy. And Ramirez is on a 14-game hitting streak. That ties his career high. He got a hit the last time up to extend that last night. .358 for the season for this 25-year-old star, a 2-time All-Star already. He's hitting .448 against the Astros this year. And Ramirez looks at ball 1. During his 14-game hitting streak, he's hit .456 with 2 homers, 13 driven in. There's the batting race, way ahead of Pablo Sandoval.
Well, the good news is, from the Astros' point of view, he's only hitting .312 against left-handed pitching this year.
Yeah, he leads the league in batting against right-handed pitching. So maybe this is the way to attack him, throw a left-hander against him. Bud Ramirez is 4 for 8. And it's Wandy Rodriguez also in his career. Marlins are really maximizing his hitting. Last year he hit 33 homers but drove in only 67. According to one story, he had 400 plate appearances last year without a man on base. And they wanted to make use of him in the number 3 spot in the lineup this year and make those hits more productive. He's had 156 hits to lead the league. He's driven in 82 runs. Ramirez works the count to 3-0. Wandy had an errant curveball last time. Usually that's a very fine pitch for him. He just had difficulty locating it in Milwaukee.
Well, he got jumped early, and he failed to cover first base on a ground ball, and just back on his heels. And I think he lost concentration a little bit. He started to get hit around and lost confidence.
3-1. Cecil Cooper's talented left-hander with an 11-7 record has a 3.05 ERA. That curve works for strike 2. 3-2 to Ramirez. He's 5th in total bases in the National League. When Wandy's the Astros starter, their record is 15-9. Bonifacio staying put, and the ball's bounced to shortstop. Quick flip, and it gets away from Tejada. The runners at first and second, now 1 out. He tried to get it quickly to Matsui for the force on the speedy Bonifacio, and the ball slipped out of his hand.
Oh, we talk a lot about Michael Bourne's speed, how it influences play from the defenders, and here Miggy with Bonifacio running. I don't know if he felt like he had to be quick to get the force, or if he's trying to be extra quick with a double play in mind, and I'm guessing the latter. And this reminds you of that old adage, first guy sure, second man quick. But bottom line is he's just trying to make a play and didn't get the handle.
Error on Tejada, the 15th of the year for him. Now it's Ronnie Paulino. Jorge Cantu was in the original lineup as the cleanup man. Paulino looks at ball 1. The catcher with a .273 average has 6 homers, 18 runs batted in. John Baker's been doing the catching the first 2 games of this series, but he bats left. Paulino looks at it, and the count runs to 2-0. It's been a nice catching platoon, though, for the Marlins, combining the numbers of Baker and Paulino. That's a good season for the 2 catchers combined. Now 3-0 to Paulino. Marlins have 10 hits or more in 15 straight games. That's a club record. And it's the longest stretch by any team in the majors this year, and the longest since 1937. 3-1. Last night they wound up with 11 hits, but they left 16 on base. And
Wandy very crisp with Coughlin, and then walks Bonifacio, worked behind in the count against Ramirez, and now falling behind Paulino. That's money right there for
3-2. Paulino joining the Marlins this year after being with the Pirates.
The benefit of the doubt there for Wandy. Could be a good night for the pitchers if Ed Rapuano stays there, calls that one all night long.
Now the bases are loaded. Second walk of the inning. And it's Dan Uggla batting.
Well, he did not want to give in, so he tried to pick that outside corner again, and maybe this one just a little bit down. Paulino showing a real good eye to lay off that one after the previous one was called. Dewey Robinson makes his first visit of the night.
Astros starting pitchers have not gone, only going 6 innings once in the last 9 games. No quality starts. And now bases loaded predicament with 1 out, and it's Dan Uggla with 22 homers, 64 runs batted in. Last night the Marlins were 3 for 13 with men in scoring position. Strike 1 to Uggla. Ugla 4 for 9 in this series. Homered off Bud Norris in the opener Tuesday night. Moves back for ball one. It's 1-1 to Ugla, who leads all Major League second basemen in homers since 2006.
Well, schedule not doing the Astros any favors here, catching the Marlins when they're red hot, not once but twice, having played this team 2 series here in the last 10 days. Normally you run into a team and maybe they're hot, and you don't see them for a while, and you catch them later in the season and they've cooled off a little bit, but they're catching the Marlins at their best. Seems like every hitter in the lineup is locked in.
Two balls and a strike to Ugla. It's 2-2. Cody Ross on deck. In August, the Marlins are batting .325, averaging 6.4 runs and 11.8 hits. Down slowly to third. Blum steps on the bag, throws to Berkman on one bounce, safe at first, and it's 1-0. Blum in his haste got to the bag quickly, then threw low to Berkman, trying to get the double play, and Ugla was able to beat that throw and make it 1-0. Ugla getting his 65th run batted in.
And just not a lot of pace on that ground ball. It's going to be a very difficult double play to convert. Blummer does a nice job. Almost got Ugla. Gets the ball and then pushes off the bag as he makes the throw. Ooh, man. Might have had him.
No. Look, the ball beat him. Scott Berry with a call. Strike one to Ross. There's another look.
Close, bang banger, but I think they got him.
No balls and a strike to Ross. It's 0-2 to a .273 hitting right fielder tonight. He's been playing center most of the time, but against a lefty, he moves over to right. 20 homers, 66 runs batted in for Ross. Ross 3 for 7 in this series. And a strikeout ends the top of the first for Florida with 1 run on no hits. 1 error, 2 men left. It's 1-0 Marlins. Born in center field, Miguel Tejada at shortstop, Lance Berkman first base, Carlos Lee left field. Jeff Blum, third base. Hunter Pence, right field. Kazuo Matsui, second base. Humberto Quintero, catcher. Wandy Rodriguez, pitcher.
Big Josh Johnson takes the hill for the Fish tonight. 6'7" right-hander. He's made 24 starts. He's finished 2 of them. He's 12-2 with a .285 ERA. Good strikeout numbers. Hasn't walked many. Defensively, the Marlins have Coghlan in left, Bonifacio in center. Cody Ross moves to right tonight. Wes Helms gets to start at third. Ramirez and Uggla in the middle, as is the norm. Gabby Sanchez, the late addition to the lineup, is the first baseman. Ronnie Paulino with a fashion faux pas, wearing that camouflage catching gear. We can hardly see him back there.
Michael Bourne has a 1-1 count.
What's up with that?
He's trying to make himself invisible. Michael Bourne with a huge night last night. 4 for 8 in this series now. He looked at that pitch, and the count runs to 2-1. 30 runs batted in, giving him a new career high. With 3 homers, he has a .291 average. Bounces it slowly to Uggla at second. 1 out for Johnson. Johnson with that 6'7" frame gets the downward tilt, and he really makes it tough for the hitter to lift the ball. Gets all kinds of movement. Miguel Tejada next to try it.
Wow. It's a big glove for that little one. Throw into that.
Part of the youth movement here at Minute Maid Park. Miggy's 1 for 8 in this series with an RBI. Snapped an 0 for 19 last night with a first inning double. 310, 10 homers, 69 driven in. And this ball 1 from Johnson. Johnson is facing the Astros for the first time since '06. He is 0-2 against them with a 6.75 ERA in his career. But that was pre-Tommy John surgery.
That was young, and well, he's still young, but that was very inexperienced, pretty raw, still trying to figure things out. And when you look at the numbers, he's obviously figured things out. Big kid. He's from Oklahoma.
Tulsa area. 2 balls and a strike. 4th round pick in '02. Just 25 years old. Last year, coming back earlier than expected from Tommy John surgery, he was 7-1 for Florida with a 3.61 ERA. Opened the season last year on the 60-day disabled list. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
31-13 major league record now with a 3.28 earned run average.
He's won his last 5 decisions. Had a no-hitter through 6 2/3 last time out against Colorado. Then he gave up a homer to Garrett Atkins. That was the only hit he allowed in 7 1/3. And he won the game 6-5. He struck out 11.
Bothering. That's what you like to see as a hitter. A guy throwing 96 miles an hour that's having problems with his eyes.
Fouled away by Miggy. Johnson came out of the gate with a 14 2/3 inning scoreless streak this year.
Loading up at lefties.
Tejada to right field. Cody Ross over by the line. 2 outs for Johnson. And Lance Berkman follows.
Sometimes it takes pitchers a little while to reach maximum velocity. That's not the case with Johnson here tonight. He came out of that bullpen throwing pellets on last fastball clock at 97 miles an hour.
Marlins were not unhappy that Johnson did not pitch in the All-Star game. This is the first year he's been named an All-Star. They wanted him to get some rest. 275 for Lance, 18 homers. He's driven in 58. Takes a breaking pitch low for ball 1. Lance 3 for 7 with an RBI in this series. Since he returned from the DL, he's been on base in 6 of his 7 games. It's 2-0 to Lance, who now is leading the majors in averaging 1 walk every 5.28 plate appearances, ahead of Adam Dunn. Strike makes it 2-1 with Carlos Lee on deck.
Well, they should play walking man when he comes up to hit.
That's true. Well, he hit a 2-run homer off Johnson last time Josh pitched against the Astros in 06 in July in Florida. Johnson gave up 4 runs in 5 innings that night. Lost to Andy Pettit 12-0. Fly ball left field corner. That's slicing away and hitting fair and then going up into the seats. Double for Berkman. He looped it just inside the line with some side spin on it for double number 25.
Lance is enjoying that one because he was sitting fastball on 3-1, but Johnson still able to get it mostly by him. He got beat by that fastball and just fought it off and hit that little flare, but into a perfect spot. A double, and he got the jog into second base.
Now it's Carlos Lee. 20 homers, 76 runs batted in, a .313 average. That one moves him back, up and in for ball 1. Carlos is hitting .338 in August with 3 homers, 13 runs batted in. He's 2 for 7 in this series with a home run. Upstairs there, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Jim Tracy, the Dodgers skipper, was very complimentary after Johnson had pitched against Los Angeles. That was July 24th. He gave up 3 runs in 7 innings and beat them 6-3. Talked about what good command he had, a downward plane he has. Carlos rips it foul. He really hit his spots well that night. 2 balls and a strike. He's walked 40 and struck out 140. That 12-2 record is .857 winning percentage. He's up there very high, leading the National League at the moment. Two balls and 2 strikes.
Those inside fastballs by you right there. Somewhat feeble swing at the slider away.
Now full count to Carlos. He's walked 34 times this season. Jeff Blum's on deck. Strike 3. Carlos unbelieving of that Ed Rapuano call. He thought the pitch was clearly outside. Threw his head back. In the first inning, no runs ahead, a runner left, 1-0 Marlins.
Minute Maid Park. Bart Ennis with you, reminding you to join the Astros on Saturday for Faith and Family Night at Minute Maid. The Astros take on the Diamondbacks at 6:05. Gates open at 2 o'clock to hear a testimony from an Astros player and then enjoy a pregame concert by 9-time Dove award-winning Christian group Mercy Me. The pregame event requires a concert voucher in addition to your regular game ticket. For more information and tickets, go to astros.com/faithandfamily. Browning.
Single to right field by Wes Helms. Bart, thank you for that. Helms leads off the second inning with that line drive, but short hops Hunter Pence, who came in for it. But Helms is on with the first hit of the night for the Marlins. And now it's Sanchez batting.
Yeah, probably wise for Hunter there to stay on his feet and just play that ball in a short hop. Leaves his feet and comes up empty. Helms is probably standing on third base.
Gabby Sanchez inserted at first base with the stiff neck for Jorge Cantu. Looks at strike one. Sanchez 0 for 3 in a Marlins uniform this season. He's a native of Miami, went to the University of Miami where he was a catcher. Now he's a first and third baseman. Sanchez takes a look at it. It's 1-1.
Sweet deal. High school, college, and now the major leagues, all in South Florida. MVP of the Southern League last year. 17 home runs at Carolina. Had 14 more at New Orleans. The PCL this year.
One hopper to Blum. Gets it to Matsui. Matsui on to Berkman. 5-4-3 double play. 130 for the Astros. Expand your sports network. Fox Sports Houston has a Twitter page. Greg Lucas is tweeting, so sign on for additional information and insight at twitter.com/FS Houston. Now it's Josh Johnson. He is no slouch at the plate. He's hit 3 homers. 2 of them have been 3-run shots. It's strike one to Johnson. 3 homers, 9 runs batted in, 8 hits and 47 at bats for a 170 average. It's 0-2 to Johnson.
Rick Sutcliffe, big righty who hits left-handed with some power.
Rick hit several homers.
Got a bomb off me in the dome.
Did he?
Yeah. A slider, no less.
In the dirt, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody hit bombs off your slider, JD.
No, everybody did. I just mean Rick Sutcliffe, a pitcher, you would think it'd be like a fastball or something.
Strike 3, double play and a strikeout for Wandy Rodriguez. Strikeout number 2 for him. It's 1-0 Fish.
We move to the bottom of the second here at Minute Maid, and coming up later on our Dodge Grab Life feature, Carlos Lee tells us what might be in his pockets. No clarification if that's uniform pant pockets or his regular pant pockets. Either way, that should be interesting, guys.
Worth staying tuned in for, I think. Regardless of the score of the game, we've got to know what's in Carlos's pocket.
Strike to Jeff Blum. 266, 9 homers, 44 runs batted in for Jeff. He's 0 for 3 in this series. That's a little bit low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jeff's hit 1 home run against the Marlins this season, 9 overall. He'll be followed by Pence and Matsui. 1-2 for big Josh Johnson. Batting average against him is only .224. Still a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Jeff. 42 games remaining for the Astros. They're 58 and 62. Tied for third with Milwaukee. Still 1-2. Marlins are 64 and 56. They've only had 2 better records through this many games of the season. They're 2 world championship clubs. 97 and 2003. They're 5.5 behind Philadelphia. 1 hopper, Gabby Sanchez. 1 out. It's Hunter Pence. He got an award from the Toy Cannon tonight before the game, the Heart and Hustle Award voted by the players last year. With 18 homers, 56 runs batted in, he carries a .286 batting average.
Is that a league-wide award, or do they give one to a player on each team?
I think it's each team, JD. That's ball 1. Matsui on deck. Presented annually by the Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association. It was created to recognize a player on each team who demonstrates a passion for the game and best embodies the values, spirit, and traditions of the game of baseball.
All right. You might win a whole bunch of those.
Well, it's his second consecutive. Good fastball there. 2-1. Hunter now has a new career high for steals with a couple last night. He has 13. It's 3 balls and a strike. Hunter 1 for 6 in this series. Big pitch coming to him here.
Sitting dead red here.
Foul ball.
Johnson hitting 98 on the gun, so he was 3-1 on Lance. He threw him a fastball. Lance got a double off of it, but he was behind it. And here 3-1. Hunter couldn't catch up to that heater, and that's the beauty of having an arm like Josh Johnson, even behind in the count. Hitter sitting on a fastball, and he can still throw it by you. Off the fastball away, shook off the slider, shook off the changeup. Don't want to throw a fastball in.
Don't shake off that queso. That's a must. Ooh. Strikeout number 2 for Johnson. Some major league heat at 98.
Yeah, came all the way around to the fastball away again. Upstairs a little bit, maybe ball 4, but it's awfully close. You've got to take a whack at it. You don't have a whole lot of time to make up your mind with any major league pitcher, but with a guy with this kind of arm, it's a particular challenge.
Kazuo Matsui. We'll try to start a 2-out rally here. Johnson throwing 98 tops. Strike 1 on a foul ball to a .238 hitting Matsui with 5 homers and 29 runs batted in.
With his stuff and Ed Rapuana looking like he's going to have a fairly generous strike zone, it could be an awfully tough night for the hitters.
It's 0-2. Drew Stubbs hit a 10th inning home run to give the Reds a win over San Francisco 2-1 today. In his second major league game.
Called him up.
Yeah, Willie Taveras got hurt. He hit it off Bob Howery. Matt Cain went 8, giving up 1 run. Both to third. Juggled. Wes Helms recovers to get the out. Josh Johnson and the Florida Marlins lead Wandy Rodriguez and the Houston Astros 1-0 after 2.
As our Geico quote, it comes from Yogi Berra. Little League Baseball is a very good thing because it keeps parents off of the streets.
Chris Coghlan leads it off.
Yogi had $1 million.
Yeah, he did. And strike 1 to Coghlan. He rolled out to shortstop in the first inning. Hanged into that left field wall last night. Berkman tossing to Rodriguez. 1 out. In a game like this, and with Johnson serving notice, Wandy really is up against it. All right. He said his knee was a little bit sore after that game in Milwaukee.
Running fine.
Down, and it's Bonifacio. He walked and came around to score. Reached second on an error. He bunts. Rodriguez spins and throws out at first.
Well, if there's any doubt, he bounced nicely off the mound there to get the speedy Bonifacio.
Bonifacio had a bunt hit last night in the 7th inning.
Berkman to Wandy for out number 1, and Wandy to Berkman for out number 2. Any little mishandle, and he's got himself a knock.
Now Lance is running over. That was a very close call for Scott Berry. Home plate umpire coming out now. Quintero visiting Rodriguez. Wandy kind of pawing at the ground. Hanley Ramirez reached on that play on which Tejada was charged with an error. Ramirez has the best career average of any active player against the Astros, .431. That's ball 1 to him. Wandy's ERA at home 1.92. Only Ted Lilly among starting pitchers has a lower home ERA.
One thing for Wandy and Q to keep in mind tonight is that outside edge with Rapuano behind the plate. He's shown a willingness to call that pitch strike. Sometimes you can overthink things. If the guy's going to give you a little room on that outside corner, just bang away at it.
In the hole at short. Long throw from the outfield. Grass. Safe at first. Ramirez has a new career high 15-game hitting streak.
Well, that really enhances his chances, too, of winning a batting title. Not only a good hitter, but because of his speed, he'll get plenty of leg hits, too.
Now, in the last 15, the Marlins getting 10 hits or more in each game. Their record is only 9-6, despite hitting .329, because the ERA is 5.01. Ronnie Paulino walked in the first inning. It's foul and out of play. Strike one to Paulino. Marlins are fourth in runs scored in the National League. They scored 574 now. They go to Atlanta next. Open a series against the Braves tomorrow night. No balls, 2 strikes. Nick Johnson might not play in that series from what we're hearing. He's been out with a hamstring injury, but he has not been placed on the disabled list. He's really been an asset, hitting in the number 2 spot in their lineup.
Braves beating the Mets 3-1 tonight. It's Santana for the Mets on the short end of it. They released Livan Hernandez and activated Billy Wagner. There's speculation as to whether Wags will be traded or not.
Apparently he would be willing to waive his no-trade clause. We've read that. Runner takes off. Throw from Quintero right on the bag, and he's out. Andy Ramirez gunned down from 2 to 4. Quintero with a perfect throw. He gunned down a runner last night as well, trying to steal. No runs a hit, nobody left. Ramirez takes off, and it's 1-0 Marlins. Quentin Tarantino movie starring Brad Pitt. Now it's Josh Johnson leading 1-0. Bottom of the third coming up. Humberto Quintero will lead it off. He'll be followed by Wandy Rodriguez and then Michael Bourne against Johnson. Quintero with .239 for a batting average. 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. Hit a blast last night to center. He said it was not his best bolt. So he hit one better to center field in San Diego a few years ago. Here's ball 1 to him. The game last night had about as much action as a Quentin Tarantino film. There were base runners on constantly.
It's bloody too.
2-0. The ERAs of both these clubs have been bloody against each other this year. The Astros have a 6.71 ERA in the 6 games against Florida. Marlins 5.56. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Q. He's catching back-to-back games, catching Bizardo and Rodriguez. That was by design, and the Pudge Rodriguez trade was made. And Chris Coast will be doing catching. He says he has more fun as a catcher, and it's his best position. Up the middle, backhanded, Ugla off-balance throw, and out at first. Scott Berry's had 3 close calls.
And we took a look at a replay of the stolen base play between innings. At second base, the Astros caught a break there. It looked like Hanley Ramirez was safe on that stolen base play to end last inning. Now a bang banger here again at first for Barry, and this time looks like he got it right.
Wandy Rodriguez next. Wandy's 4 for 44. A strike 1. Bergman has the only hit. He's been the only base runner so far against Johnson. That one flares foul. Johnson had 18 starts in a row, allowing 3 runs or less this year. Last pitcher to do that in the major leagues was Johan Santana during the 04 season. Facing the pitcher of the month for July, Wandy Rodriguez, who had a 0.75 ERA that month.
Bob Gibson had something like 23 consecutive starts, allowing 1 run or none back in '68.
Really? Well, that probably
crazy.
His ERA was 1.12, so that stands to reason. Wandy had 7 in a row, allowing 1 or no runs until last time out. Bouncer back to Johnson. 2 outs. Our Texas 4 Dealers League leaders show you the National League hitters with runners in scoring position. Let's see who the leaders are. Yunel Escobar is the top. Anna Ramirez number 2. Then Michael Bourne 398. Chipper Jones 368 and Albert Pujols 368. Michael Bourne bounced out to second in the first inning. Showing bunt, and there's strike 1. Michael last night had a bunt hit in the first, and a single in the 5th, and an RBI triple in the 7th. It might be a Michael Bourne type hit. It is really big for the Astros. A little fly ball out into the left. Hanley Ramirez. Whoa! Coghlan laid out and went right underneath him as Ramirez made the catch. A near collision in left field avoided by Coghlan. 1-0 Marlins. NL shortstops to have 200 hits or more in a season since
Good question.
1980 National League shortstops.
I'll go with, let's catch this ball first.
Well, it's in right center field, and Hunter Pence caught it. Ronnie Paulino sending him back to the bullpen wall, 373 feet away.
Paulino at his best when he goes the other way. Back when he was with the Pirates, he had a couple of big games against the Astros, hitting balls just like this one, driving it into the alley in right center. A little too much hang time there for Paulino. Pence able to track it down. He finds Michael Bourne, finds the ball, realizes he's the man to make the play, and puts it away.
Let's see, think about guys like Gary Templeton. He had 200 hits.
100 from each side of the plate one year.
Yeah. Dan Uggla was strike one. How about Ozzie Smith? Did he have a 200 hit season?
Well, he hit at the top of the order. That seems like a big number for Ozzie. He turned into a pretty good hitter in his career, but that's,
I don't think he had a pretty good number. He walked a fair amount. So
let me get clarification here. This is National League shortstop? Or how about Barry Larkin?
Oh, yeah. Let's go with Barry. Fly ball, right field line this time. Hunter breaking the other way. Yeah! 2 down. He's all over right field.
Well, Rich Aurelia. Rich Aurelia?
Yeah. Jose Reyes do it?
How about Hanley?
I don't think he had 200. Cody Ross is next. He struck out first time up. Templeton did it in '79. Hunter Pence back in right field.
Hey, it's an all Hunter Pence inning here. Tying a major league record.
3 putouts by the right fielder, and it's 1-0 Marlins. Shortstops to have 200 hits since 1980.
Killer R's.
Andy Ramirez did it.
Rollins,
Jose Reyes, Jack Wilson.
Jack Wilson, yep.
Didn't realize Jack had done that.
2-3 years ago, he had a big year. It was a rally hawk sported by that young man. Kids we got to go back to school soon. Look about them. And to squeeze the last few days out of summer vacation.
What is it, next week? We'll go back?
I think, well, my God, Kelly goes Monday. Conroe still gets it. I'm guessing most of the area districts are on the same schedule.
Well, the school buses have certainly been out all week, but they seem to be empty most of the time. Miguel Tejada hit a fly ball to right on a 3-2 pitch. What do they have, practice runs for bus drivers this week? 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, they go on their bus and they ride around and they play audio recordings of kids screaming and making maniacal noises, and they have to see what the stress level's like to qualify for the job.
Up the right field line, a hit, And Tejada will take the turn and hold on. It's played well by Cody Ross. Hit number 2 for the Astros. Tejada, that slicing single.
And Ross was playing him a little bit toward the line there in right field with a hard-throwing Johnson on the mound. Miggy likes to hit the fastball the other way. Shaded that way. Otherwise, maybe a double for Tejada.
Yeah, it must be a bus driver's training camp this week, JD.
Boot camp.
Now Lance Berkman with the slicing opposite field double. In the first, he's a .300 career hitter against Johnson. Carlos Lee's on deck. Double play depth for Ramirez and Ugla. Take a 1-0 lead for the Marlins.
Lance's double came with 2 outs in the first. That was the only base runner the Astros have had prior to this hit by Tejada, so Johnson hasn't spent much time in the stretch position.
Detroit Tigers rallied for 2 in the bottom of the 9th and beat David Aardsma and Seattle today 7-6. And a game-winning hit by Cleet Thomas. 2 outs. One and one. The races are not very tight this year to this point of the season. Detroit had a 2-game lead over the White Sox coming into play today. That's the closest race. Bouncer and fielded by Ugla. He takes a look at second, throws to first. 1 out, Tejada into scoring position.
Johnson doing a nice job using both sides of the plate with his fastball. Went away and then comes back inside. Lance gets jammed by that ball. He took a peek at second, had no play, and settled for the out at first.
Now Carlos Lee. Hands in line for the favorite delicacies there. And Carlos struck out in the first. A pitch he thought was out of the strike zone. It came on a 3-2 count. Pops it back and out of play.
Started him inside with fastballs in his first at-bat, finished him off away, and they start inside here as well.
Blum on deck.
Carlos starts with a little bit of an open stance and then closes up and tends to drift a little bit towards the plate to cover the outside corner. So a guy like Johnson with that plus fastball probably feels like he can tie Carlos up inside.
Watch this one go.
If you don't get it in there, you're going to pay.
Light tower power. 2-run homer for Carlos Lee, number 21, and the Astros lead at 2-1. A bomb for Los Caballitos.
Train is rolling. Frustrated in his last at-bat, called out on a marginal pitch. Redemption. You're going to come in, you better come in with conviction, because if you miss, you're asking for trouble.
He just turned around a 97-mile-per-hour heater and hit it up on the railroad tracks. Now Jeff Blum with strike 1. That was impressive. 21 homers, 78 runs batted in for the big man. It's 1-1. Crowd is going to be buzzing about that one for a while. They don't see many like that in here. Line drive off the pitcher Johnson, fielded by Ugla. He flips and they get the out call at first. A carom shot off Johnson, and Ugla with a backhanded flip to Sanchez got out number 2.
The Astros put some real good swings on Josh Johnson here. Probably ready for a trip to the bench to regroup. This ball smoked. Nice reaction by Ugla, and the backhanded flip just in time to get Jeff. Pretty play.
Good hustle by Ugla. Johnson's been examined. Right hip area, perhaps, for that line drive. Tough luck for Jeff Blum, who scalded that one. Rocked Johnson, but Johnson got out number 2. Now it's Hunter Pence batting. 61 pitches, 38 have been strikes. Pence struck out in the second inning on a 3-2 count. Ball one. Carlos Lee has hit .330 since the 19th of July. That's his 8th homer. And now 29 runs batted in 30 games for Carlos. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Astros beat the Marlins last night. It was a damaging loss for Florida, causing the Fish to drop 3 games back in the wild card race behind Colorado, 2 games behind second place San Francisco. Check swing call at first by Scott Berry makes it 2-1. Atlanta leads the Mets tonight 3-1. Bottom of the 7th inning at Citi Field in New York. Brian McCann hit his 15th home run. Kenshin Kawakami pitching for the Braves against Johan Santana. That's hit well. Way back into center field. Bonifacio. That's gone. Hunter Pence takes the tour, and he hit one over the Reliant Energy sign into the 5-7 patio for home run number 2 of the inning. That's his 19th of the year. He turned around a 96-mile-per-hour pitch.
Well, big league hitters will tell you time and time again, it's not how hard you throw, it's where you throw it, what kind of movement you get once they feel like they got a pitcher timed. If he doesn't come off that fastball or create a little movement, he can be had. But this is impressive hitting. Wow.
A ground ball by Matsui. Ramirez plays it into out number 3. But the Astros create quite a buzz here at Minute Maid Park. They rock Johnson. 2-run long ball by Lee. And we do mean long. And then Hunter Pence to right center field. Delivers strike 1 to Wes Helms. A single to right field in the second inning. 4 hits for the Astros, 2 for the Marlins through 4. It's a 1-1 count. Wandy is 6-2 at home this season with a 1.92 ERA. to right field again. This time Hunter Pence finds that an easy play on Helms. And he's made 4 straight putouts in this game for the Astros. Jack in the Box standings will show you the NL East, where the Marlins have fallen 5.5 behind the Phillies. But they're still 1 game in front of the Braves, and it's the Mets and the Nationals. Phillies looking very strong right now.
In the daylights out of Arizona tonight, 11-3. We've got the Diamondbacks coming in here tomorrow. Cliff Lee's been unbelievable for Philadelphia since coming over in the trade. 4-0, ERA below 1. They do have issues in the bullpen. Brad Lidge continuing to struggle. Hey, maybe they'll get wagged.
Well, they might. They've won 7 of 8. They're a season high 19 games over 500. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillies have a .581 winning percentage. The Dodgers are at .587 right now. They lead the National League. Dodgers have a 3.5 game lead over Colorado. This is the first time since 2004 that only 3 teams are within 5 games of a division lead. And in the games of last night, Matsui backs up. There's that Sanchez, 2 down.
Are they going to let somebody play other than Hunter?
Yeah. There's Josh Johnson. The Marlins had 13 pitchers, and at that point they considered Johnson to be a pinch hitter if they needed him. He's not actually been used in that sense yet. They were keeping him at the ready in case. 60 pitches so far for Wandy, 29 in the first. Struck out looking. There's strike 1 to him.
Wandy. Welcome back, Billy Wagner. He's in the game for the Mets right now. Long way back for Wags.
Wandy gets a strikeout. It's number 3. He's retired 6 in a row. And he leads it 3-1.
Carlos Lee and Hunter Pence put the Astros up 3-1. Hey, come out to Minute Maid tomorrow at 7:05 as the Astros take on the Diamondbacks. Arrive early as the first 10,000 fans will receive an Astros Gold Star cap collectible courtesy of AT&T. This cap collectible is the 3rd piece in a 4-piece set. Plus, we'll honor Carlos Lee in a pregame ceremony for his 300th career home run. Then stick around after the game, of course, for Friday night fireworks presented by Marathon Oil, weather permitting. For more information, go to Astros.com. Brownie?
Thank you, Bart. Those look sizzling hot there on the grill. It is 3-1 Astros. Humberto Quintero. It's a shot by the third baseman Helms into the left field corner. Quintero makes a left turn, heads for second base, and he will take the turn there and hold on with double number 5.
Well, we didn't see this coming. Ray Johnson pitched for 3 innings, and he does not have an answer for the Astros right now. The Astros swinging the bats much like the Marlins have been. Jump on everything he throws up there. It was fastballs they were smoking last inning, so Johnson comes off the fastball, throws the first pitch slider to Q, and yanks it down the left field line.
He gets at second base, and it's Wandy Rodriguez to try to advance him. Dave Clark signs right now. After double by Quintero. Gabby Sanchez creeping in at first base. Wes Helms is in tied at third. And he puts the bunt down. Trickles foul. But a debut for Pudge Rodriguez, returning to the Texas Rangers last night, getting 3 hits. The Astros will look at Quintero and Chris Coste now. And also the possibility that J.R. Tolles will rejoin the Astros, but he's on the disabled list right now at Round Rock. And Cecil Cooper was asked before the game by the media, have you and Ed Wade talked yet about September call-ups? He said, we didn't get time today, but we need to do that here probably the next day or two. Snap throw to second. Quintero back in. Just looking at Bonifacio, he's right behind second base, backing up the play. Ramirez was able to dive and stop that ball. Bonifacio was so close. If that ball had gotten by him, it would have cost them a run.
Well, it'd have to be a real bad throw to get it by him.
Yeah, that's true.
And him coming in to back up the play would shut down any advance for Quintero.
Very shallow as Wandy's up in this bunting situation. And he's creeping in further now. Wandy swinging away. Line drive right field. That'll back up Cody Ross. That'll go to the wall. It'll score Quintero to make it 4-1. And the Marlins outfielders get caught in shallow, and Wandy burns them with an RBI double. It's his second double of the year, RBI number 2.
Shows bunt, pulls it back, gets a fastball, and whacks it over Cody Ross's head and right. He would be shortened up anyway with Wandy hitting. Bonifacio he was just in there backing up bases. There was no thought at all in Bonifacio's mind that Wandy might swing there.
Bourne looks at ball 1. Michael's 0 for 2. Ramirez made a good play on his pop-up in shallow left field in the 3rd inning.
Might be doing Johnson a favor bunting here with the swings they're getting at him.
Yeah. It's 2-0. Otto on deck. The Astros have 6 hits to the Marlins 2.
Situation now where you were showing bunt initially, but might be inclined to take it off and let him swing here. Counting on a 2-0 heater.
3-0.
Taking at least 1.
Bourne has been on base 13 straight games now.
Johnson really hasn't featured much of an off-speed pitch tonight. As you mentioned, he had success last time out, throwing primarily fastballs, and when it's working, it's fine, but when you start to get hit around a little bit, it's time to go to plan B, and right now he doesn't have one.
Three and 2 now. Arizona Diamondbacks open a brand new series here tomorrow night. Roy Oswalt going to the mound against Yusmeiro Petit. It's a close one, ball 4. Bourne takes the walk. First walk for Johnson.
date in Astros history is brought to you by the MD Anderson Cancer Center. This date, 1999, Ken Caminiti hits his second home run of the night. And to end a 6-4, 16-inning marathon, 16-inning, against the Florida Marlins. Jeff Bagwell walked 6 times. That's crazy. Marlins walked 17. That's a National League record that night. The Astros also struck out 21 times. Boy, that had to be exciting for the fans. 21 strikeouts, 17 free passes in that 16-inning game against the Fish. I was there. Don't remember it.
We were trying to remember when we were in Florida if there hadn't been a 16-inning game between the two, so thanks for that.
Also on this date in Astros history, Beetle Bailey hit a grand slam in a 17-2 rout over the 85 St. Louis Cardinals.
And he's from Missouri, so that made it special for him. From Springfield, quite a basketball player, Southwest Missouri State.
Yeah, Beetle, good athlete, outstanding golfer.
By the way, he scored 4 runs in that game. And after the game, the fans watched a special screening of Jaws on the new Diamond Vision scoreboard. Miguel Tejada, the batter.
Talking about the Shark, not Ron Jaworski, I assume.
That's ball 1 to Tejada. He's 1 for 2. Yeah.
Mark Wiley out for the visit. Now action in the Marlin bullpen.
Christian Martinez warming up. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Rockies lead 3-1 at Washington in the top of the 8th inning. Jason Hamill has the lead. Garrett Mock started for the Nats. I think today was the day they were going to have the fans meet Steven Strasburg. Might be tomorrow. They were selling tickets for $1 for the press conference on the field involving Strasburg several hours before a night game. 2 balls and a strike. So the number 1 overall pick will be introduced to the Washington fans. Probably will not pitch majors certainly this year, but might pitch a few games in the minor leagues. All the way, 2-2. Ed Wade announced the Astros' new acquisition. Another player coming in the Bud Rodriguez deal, 22-year-old second baseman Jose Vallejo. He's 6'0", 175. He's in spring training with the Rangers. At AAA Oklahoma City. The Astros picked him up as a part of that deal, claiming him on waivers. Speedy second baseman. 3-2. And Ed said that Vallejo is going to report to Round Rock, I believe, tomorrow night. And he might be contending for a job on the Astros next spring training.
Maybe we'll see him in September.
He said they would talk about it. He wasn't sure. Dave Clark reaches up.
Well, she's not on the 40-man roster.
Might be now, but he is now. So Matt Navarez, the other pitcher they obtained in that deal, is at Lexington now. And I believe he's going to be in uniform tomorrow night for the Legends. There could be a 3rd player if the Rangers make the playoffs. There will be, otherwise they won't. Fly ball, center field. Bonifacio moving over. 1 out.
Talking about Bob Gibson earlier, I didn't give him his due. I was just looking up his 1968 season. He had 20 consecutive complete games that year. 25 overall, 13 shutouts.
20 consecutive complete games?
Yep. Started his 3rd start of the year, April 20th. And went all the way down till some point in September. And let me see, it was an 11-inning game in there. He had the back-to-back 1-1-12, 1-1-11, I believe. Yeah, 12 innings, 1 game, 11 the next. It's just crazy stuff. As Berkman looks at ball one.
He went 12 against the Astros. May 1st of 1968. Which is low, and it's 2-0 to Berkman.
Yeah, you know, and the reason why Johnson's really getting knocked around here tonight is the gear that Ronnie Paulino's wearing. See, that's just too sci-fi. You can't pitch to that.
It all blends into one background. He needs that darker chest protector to pick up the target there.
Something.
It is stylish though. Like that tone on tone.
He does coordinate well.
2 balls and a strike. Paulino was a Pirate. Then he was traded to the Phillies last December. Then he was traded to San Francisco this March, and then to Florida a few hours later. That pitch broke sharply. 2-2.
Yeah, it's been a fastball, slider, and a couple little, I don't know if it's a changeup or just a two-seamer down and away to a left-handed hitter, but he doesn't really establish anything soft at all. So it's been a power game, and he has, you know, the Astros have made the adjustment, and he hasn't been able to counter. And Ed Rapuano's zone that appeared to be very generous early has gotten a little tighter. Not that that pitch there should have been a strike, but there's been some in this inning that early in the game he was calling, and now he is not.
Berkman over shortstop into left center field. That'll drop for a hit. Wandy Rodriguez coming to third. Stop sign there. And the throw goes back into second. Dave Clark has stopped Wandy. And now the bases are loaded for Carlos Lee with 1 out.
Well, Wandy made the mistake of trying to read that ball as opposed to picking up Dave Clark. I think Clark, he was trying to send him, and Wandy was trying to read the ball, and he couldn't get a good read on it. Not a lot of experience on the bases. You'll see it here. Wandy turns around and tracks this ball. He never does pick up Dave Clark, so by the time he tries to advance, the ball's already in the outfielder's hands, headed back in, and Dave can't score. I didn't get a look at Dave on that replay, but my hunch is he was saying, come on over.
4-1 lead for the Astros. Bases loaded, 1 out. Josh Johnson leaving. Back in a moment. With Christian Martinez coming in on our Verizon Wireless Astros call to the bullpen. Martinez has been bouncing back and forth between minor league and major league club. This is his 4th stint with the Marlins. He comes into a real jam, JD.
I doubt that he anticipates pitching on a night where Josh Johnson's on the mound. Probably figures the big guy would take it deep and then hand it off to the setup man or the closer. Obviously, that's not the case tonight. Martinez has worked just 6 games for the Marlins this year. He's got a win, a loss, and a 6.52 ERA. He's 9-3 with their AA club in Jacksonville with a 2.94 ERA.
His most recent call-up from Jacksonville came just last Friday. Made his debut back in May and took a loss against Arizona. And now he is up against it, bases loaded. Fans have loved what they've seen so far. Now they watch Carlos Lee batting with the bases loaded.
30 games, 30 days, 30 different ballparks for those guys right there.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's strike one. Tough first pitch by Martinez. He rocked a 2-run homer in the 4th inning after striking out looking in the first. 14 grand slams. Whoa. 1-1 up around the head.
Trying to go down and away, and he opens up, flies open, and the fastball just sails on him. Has to do a little limbo to avoid being whacked by that one.
Grounded at third, backhanded. Helm steps on the bag, throws to first, and gets the double play. And the Astros come up with 1 run on 3 hits. They lead 2 after 5. It's 4-1 Astros.
Here's Carlos Lee and what he normally carries in his pockets.
My batting glove right now? Nothing. I don't even carry a wallet. I just carry my driver's license and my credit card and my money. That's it. That's all I got.
That's it, guys. That's all he's got. I think he carries one of those big Jed Clampett wads with a rubber band around it.
Well, Carlos out in left field right now. He's provided a 2-run homer tonight, but bounced into a double play. It's been a night of ups and downs for him, but the Astros lead it 4-1. And Wandy Rodriguez begins the 6th inning with Coghlan in the box. He's 0 for 2. Strike 1 to Coghlan. Josh Johnson went 4 1/3 innings, allowing 7 hits, 4 runs. He had 1 walk, struck out 2. Johnson back to Wandy. Going out. 7 straight for Wandy. Bonifacio comes up. He walked and scored in the first. Tried to bunt his way on. Wandy throwing him out in the third inning.
The Marlins are going to have to go like crazy to keep their run of 10-plus hits per game going. Just 2 so far as Wandy has taken control of this ball game.
Strike one to Bonifacio. He shot out of the opening gate this year. 8 hits and 6 runs through the first 3 games. It's 1-1. And inside the park homer on opening day.
What's going on with Rapuano?
Not sure.
Something going on with his right shoulder.
Shaking that right arm.
Tough to get a called strike now. Raises his right arm.
2 balls and a strike. He's feeling around that pectoral muscle. Fouled away, and it's 2-2. Around about this time of the year, the umpires are taking a lot of shots. They really do get beat up. Swing and a miss. Facio lunging at the curveball. Strikeout number 4.
So a shot of those guys we saw earlier, the 30 ballparks and 30 days guys. There are 2 brothers from Panama.
Really?
And this is their final stop. And traveling around in a van. They're making a documentary film.
Well, appropriate that they should get a long ball from El Caballo from Panama then. Hopefully they get a nice shot of that soaring over their heads.
Must be the production team right there.
Okay. Well, they're out there at the Crawford boxes, so that would have been a tough shot for him to get with that ball flying directly overhead. But they're having a great time. And Greg Lucas caught up with the guy in Milwaukee who was here also making his tour of all the ballparks. Brought a banner with him.
Nate Lucero, the Astros head trainer, is out talking to Rapuano now, trying to figure out what's going on. There we go. Checking it off.
Final one. Yep. Dirty Trinket. Well, they went to a lot of lengths to print that up. All right, now. And Rapuano ready to go. Talking with Hanley Ramirez, who comes up with 2 outs, nobody on in the 6th inning. Ramirez got a hit to shortstop in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. Ball 1 to Ramirez. Cleveland is waxing the Angels 8-1, bottom of the 7th in Cleveland. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boston 8, Toronto 1. They've played 8 in Toronto. J.D. Drew's hit a couple of homers, giving him 15. Victor Martinez delivered another one, his 20th. He's hit well for the Sox.
Victor will be a free agent. A nice little salary drive.
Quite a wild card situation in the American League right now. Boston leading Texas by 1. Tampa Bay 3 games back. Line to right, Hunter Pence over. 1, 2, 3 in the 6th inning. That's 9 straight Marlins set down by Wandy. He's held them to 2 hits through 6, 4-1 Astros. And we'll see the Frost Brewed Coors Light freeze cam showing you Carlos lead. Did he ever meet that one squarely in the 4th inning? And he drove it up on top of the railroad tracks for home run number 21.
Get a guy that throws as hard as Johnson does. You got to generate some serious bat speed to catch up to it. And if you do, it'll go a long way.
Now Jeff Blum leads it off. Home 6th inning. He's 0 for 2. Looking at ball 1, but he hit a liner off Josh Johnson's hip. It was thrown out by Ugla on that one in the 4th inning. Good swing of the bat. Martinez falls behind. 2 balls, no strikes. Rangers lead the Twins 4-1. Bottom of the 6th at Texas. Derek Holland started. He's out of the game now. Up the right field line, hooking foul. 2-1.
It is tough to beat Jeff Blum with an inside fastball. It's a foul a lot.
He does.
You rarely throw it by him.
So that pitch away makes it 2-2.
If the guy's quick in, you figure he may be vulnerable, soft away.
Johnson Jack with the business-like stride through the concourse. It's like he's going to a meeting. Soft pop on the infield. Hanley Ramirez in.
Daddy, I tried to talk to the rabbit and he just blew me off.
Reliant power play coming your way. We've seen some powerful swings in this game. Lee and Pence in the 4th inning. Just one batter apart, and then Blum hit that line drive. Here's Hunter to center field.
Many leave the ballpark out there, but he certainly has the kind of power he can take it out of any ballpark in any field.
The Astros can rely on his energy. He's 1 for 2 in this game. Strike for Martinez.
Watching Hunter and BP today, and it looks to me like he's setting his hands just a little bit lower. Maybe not.
Rolled foul, and it's 0-2. Marlon Byrd has hit 2 homers for the Rangers tonight, giving him 14. Nelson Cruz chimed in with his 26th. Julio Bourbon hit number 1. Hunter with a foul ball keeps the count at 0-2.
Nice job, young man. How about that? Giving up the foul ball.
Yeah. George Rodriguez is not playing tonight for the Rangers. Taylor Teagarden is their catcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matsui's on deck.
Yeah, I think this trade will cost Pudge playing time. He'll be more of a strict backup over there to Teagarden, but a chance to play for his first club in a pennant race.
2-2. Yeah, it's a good move for him and for the Astros. Vallejo had a couple of 40 stolen base seasons in 07 and 08 in the low minors. And the shortstop, Ramirez. 2 down. And Matsui would be the batter. Matsui 0 for 2. He'll be entering the 3rd year of his 3-year contract next year. So the Astros put Vallejo in the mix in spring training. 22 years old. The timing might be right for him to grow into that job. They deem him to be Major League ready. Quintero's on deck. And it's ball 1. But the projections are very good. Both these young players. David Gottfried, assistant general manager, saying, well, when you trade for a minor league player, you're just obviously not exactly sure what he's going to develop into as a major leaguer. Off the mound, Hanley Ramirez with that throw to first base, but the Astros will take their chances on that. And it's 4-1 Astros after 6. On 2 homers, 2-run shot by Carlos Lee, and then with 2 outs, a solo homer from Hunter Pence. Wandy Rodriguez has given the Marlins only 2 hits and 1 run. It's unearned through 6 innings, walking to Fanning 4. He's thrown only 45 pitches in the 2nd through the 6th innings. Johnson in 4 1/3 allowed 7 hits, 4 runs.
Well, we move into the later stages of this ball game now. Wandy with a 3-run cushion. Jose Valverde worked awfully hard last night to finish the ball game off. To limit the amount of outs the bullpen has to get.
That's a very good point. Paulino takes strike 1. Valverde labored through that 9th, throwing 38 pitches. He did not give up a hit, but he had 2 walks and a hit batter. Ended the game on a strikeout of Coghlan. That was a 10-pitch at bat. Foul away. 1-2. The Marlins would need a furious finish here to keep that string going of 10 hits or more. 15 straight games they've done it. The Major League record is 18. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Astros have not lost a series here at home to Florida since the 2004 season. It's a full count. Bourne and Hunter Pence move over to right center field. They both call, but Hunter gets there. That's 10 straight outs for Wandy Rodriguez. What's on tap of the Astros is brought to you by Bud Light, showing you the Arizona series tomorrow at 6:30 for Astros Live, leading up to that 7:05 start. It's Merrill Petit and Roy Oswalt opening the Astros Arizona series, and it's Max Scherzer and Brian Moeller Saturday night. That start time earlier at 5:30 for Astros Live. Sunday at 12:30, it's John Garland and Bud Norris.
Barring a miraculous comeback, the Diamondbacks will come to town having lost 5 in a row.
Short hop play by Jeff Blum. What's going on in Philadelphia?
12-3 in the 9th. Phillies lead the D-backs. Likely to lose that one. 17 games off the pace in the NL West. It'll be 14 games below 500 when that one is over.
They've been playing pretty well, though, the last 3-4 weeks or so. Cody Ross is 0 for 2. Playing Philadelphia in Philadelphia is nobody's delight these days. Strike one on a curve to Ross. Phillies are just 2 games over 500 at home right now, but they got off to a terrible start at home. No balls, 2 strikes. Astros trying to get win number 59 of the year. They'll have 41 games remaining after tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Things changing on this club with the injuries. With Mike Hampton down now, Felipe Paulino is in the bullpen. It's going to be an important 6 weeks for him. Matt Lindstrom is warming up in the Marlins pen right now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ed Wade does not like to call up a lot of players in September he can't use. So do not expect a number of players to be coming up. Swing and a miss, strikeout number 5. In the middle of the 7th inning, it's 4-1 Astros.
Price Matters Days presented by HEB. There are 10 more dates in September. You can get a ticket, hot dog, chips, and soda for just $10. That's a great deal. Baseball and a meal for just $10. The next Price Matters Day is this Sunday against the Diamondbacks. And to purchase your tickets, go to Astros.com. Bill?
Very good bargain right there, Bart. Thank you. Humberto Quintero leads it off in the home 7th inning. And he's getting some refreshments as Quintero comes up for the 3rd time. He has a double and 2 trips. Ball 1 from Martinez, who's worked an inning and 2/3 and has not allowed a base runner. The Braves have won 3-2 at New York over the Mets.
Kawakami beat Santana. Kawakami's been pretty good lately for the Braves.
Now 6-9. Santana goes to 13-9. Rafael Soriano got his 18th save. Kawakami giving up 1 earned run in 7 innings. 1-2. So the Braves now are 63. Now 64-57. They win tonight. And that will be the Marlins record if they lose this game. Inside, and it's 2-2. Martinez missed up around the head of Carlos Lee in the 5th inning. Then he got a double play ball with the bases loaded.
his command of his pitches has not been good at all. He's got good stuff, good movement, but he's hitting the spot about 40% of the time. Well, these Chick-fil-A foul poles out there adorning the foul poles to the left and right. Anytime an Astro player hits one of those, fans at the game can take their tickets to any Greater Houston area Chick-fil-A and they'll receive a free chicken sandwich.
A few days ago, Caswell Matsui provided chicken sandwiches. Wandy with a tap to third. Wes Helms guns over to first. 2 outs.
Good style points there by Wandy.
Yeah.
Tossing his bat away in disgust like a real hitter.
Well, he had that RBI double.
Yeah.
Smoked one over the right fielder's head. But yeah, he's acting like a disappointed hitter right now. Michael Bourne is 0 for 2 with a walk. Baltimore leads 8-4 at Tampa Bay, bottom of the 8th. Strike one to Bourne. Colorado has polished off Washington 4-1. Jason Hamill beating Garrett Mock. Michael showing bunt. And it's a 1-1 count. Houston Street got save number 32. The Rockies now are going to be leading. We'll check what the Giants did.
Giants got beat 2-1 by the Cincinnati ball.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So the Rockies lead them by 2 games. And they could be leading Florida by 4 as Florida turns this game around.
It was a pretty good pitching on display in Cincinnati. It was a 1-0 game there yesterday. 2-1 today. The Giants don't have a great offense, but that's a good hitter's park.
Yeah, it really is. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This ballpark coming in for a lot of rave reviews from those who visit. Those youngsters from Panama. Bourne strikes out. That's number 2 for Martinez. And he's been good. Through 7, the Astros lead it 4-1. Radio Shack. What do you know on this date in 1974 as Wandy throws strike one on a curveball to Wes Helms. Nolan Ryan whiffs 19 Tigers in a 1-0 11-inning Angels loss. Third time the Ryan Express struck out 19 in a game that season, 1974. Helms is down in the count 0-2. He is singled and fly to right.
That Angels club didn't score a lot of runs from that.
No. He pitched for some pretty bad clubs. In the dirt, strikeout. Number 6. Curveballs really work for Wandy there on Helms.
Ioano took that all by himself, didn't ask for any help. No real dispute from Helms.
Gabby Sanchez is 0 for 2. Fly ball way up in the air to right field and deep. Hunter Pence back. Warning track, 2 down. 14 straight retired by Rodriguez. Closing in on win number 12 of the year.
87 pitches. He's certainly in position to finish this ball game. Give Penn the night off. Troy Hawkins starting to heat up out there just in case. 7 putouts for Hunter Pence tonight out there in right field. The club record is 10 for an outfielder. Cesar Cedeno did that.
Jeremy Hermida is the pinch hitter for Martinez. Martinez went 2 2/3 innings. He allowed no hits, no runs, no walks, struck out 2. Hermida takes strike 1. 259 for Jeremy, 12 homers, 46 runs batted in. He has started the first 2 games of this series. Fouls that one away. He's been a good number 8 hitter this season, drawing a lot of walks for the Fish. Hermida had 3 hits, including a homer Tuesday night. 3 walks last night. That's strike 3. Wandy with a couple of strikeouts. Now takes his total for the game to 7. He's retired 15 straight Marlins. It's 4-1 Astros. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Former closer Matt Lindstrom, the hard thrower, comes out of the bullpen. He is pitcher number 3 for Florida. 29 years old, from Rexburg, Idaho. Martinez went 2 2/3, giving up no hits, no runs. Lindstrom 2-1 with a 6.15 ERA. The Fish would love to get him on track.
And he's got outstanding stuff. Closer earlier in the year, then got hurt. He's got 14 saves and 16 tries, but the other number's not too pretty. Fairly robust 295 batting average against, 20 walks issued in just 33 2/3 innings. That's a lot of traffic for a guy you want out there trying to close things down in the 9th inning.
Miguel Tejada leads it off in the home 8th. He's 1 for 3, has scored a run. For Lindstrom, who is pitching for the third time against the Astros. Pitched twice in Florida and gave up 2 earned runs in 1 1/3 innings in those 2 innings combined. Howda got a hit in one of those. It's 2-0. He is really quick with that leg action.
Great movement on that pitch. It looked like a split finger pitch, but it was 96 miles an hour. The first one was clocked at 99. There's a kind of a herky-jerky delivery, and maybe that's why he's inconsistent with his command.
Last year, he had a 3.14 ERA, pitching in 66 games. Three and 1 for Lindstrom, who was drafted by the Mets in the 10th round in 2002. He and Henry Owens traded for Jason Vargas and Adam Bostic in November of 2006 to Florida. He pitched 71 times in his rookie year of 2007 for Florida. Should be playable up the right field line, going toward foul ground for Cody Ross. 1 out. Ross over for that play. Now Lance Berkman. He is 2 for 3, a double and a single tonight. Astros have 7 hits to the Marlins 2. Florida will have the top of the order due up in the 9th inning. Coghlan, Bonifacio, and Ramirez.
Jose Valverde warming up for the Astros now. I don't know if he's got the 9th or if he's getting him ready in case Wandy has some problems.
Max looks at ball 1.
If I'm Wandy and they've told me I'm out of the game, I might drop that old Jack Morris line on him. You're going to have a problem because there's going to be 2 pitchers standing out there when the inning starts.
That'd be fun.
Supposedly the line that Jack Morris dropped on Dick Such, the pitching coach of the Twins, back in the '91 World Series. And Tom Kelly told Jack he was done for the night after 9 innings.
Twins won it 1-0 in the 10th, right?
I believe so.
Kirby Puckett hit a home run. Or was that the Gene Larkin game-winning hit? Can't remember.
Yeah, I can't.
But anyway, that was a very well-pitched game. 2-1. Speaking of that,
Smoltz and Morris were the principals.
Yes. So speaking of that, John Smoltz will become a Cardinal, and he'll go into the number 5 spot in the rotation. And no promise really made about how many starts he'll make, but Cardinals are saying publicly he'll make a few starts, and then we'll evaluate him. I think he'll wind up in the bullpen, especially for postseason if the Cardinals make it there. Three and 2.
That's where the Cardinals have a little bit of a weakness. Ryan Franklin as a closer has been very good, but they could probably use one more steady arm out there. And for starters, a problem for just about every team in baseball. You're always looking to upgrade that position. Nothing that John did with the Red Sox makes you think he'll pitch well for the Cardinals, but obviously they scouted him and he must feel like his stuff is good enough where he can compete.
Well, he got pounded in his last start by the Yankees. But I saw a stat on him today, JD. In the first 2 innings of his starts this year, his ERA was, I think, a little bit under 1.5. So the implication there is he can pitch in relief and be effective. Strike 3. 96 miles per hour, 2 outs. Don't forget Astros Live, presented by MD Anderson Cancer Center. It's coming up right after this game.
Yeah, John Smoltz with Boston this year made 8 starts through 40 innings, allowed 59 base hits. 37 runs, had an 832 earned run average.
Ouch. Carlos Lee with a 2-run homer, 1 for 3 tonight. That's ball 1. His home run really began the turnaround. Tejada had singled leading off the 4th inning. The Astros trail 1-0. Berkman grounded out, and then Lee parked one up on top of the railroad tracks for a 2-run shot. This one hits for center field. Bonifacio back. And in the 8th inning, Matt Lindstrom gets them out in order. We go to the 9th with the score 4-1 Astros. "15 straight retired by Wandy since the infield hit by Ramirez in the 3rd inning. 2 career complete games. His last one July 8th here. A shutout of the Pirates. 5-0 win. And he'll go against Coghlan, Bonifacio, and Ramirez here in the 9th inning.
The run he has allowed tonight is unearned. Scored without benefit of a hit in the 1st inning. He walked a couple. Error on Miggy. He looked a little wobbly in the 1st, but since then has been in complete command. Maybe the most impressive game we've seen him pitch, given the competition. What the Marlins have been doing lately to shut this club down is just incredible.
2-1. Into right field. He got around on that pitch up and in. Coghlan with a good swing of the bat. Reaching for the first time tonight. That ends the string at 15 straight Marlins retired. Hit number 3.
If you're traveling, can't watch your Astros, catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. 100 out-of-market games per week. And you can catch those you missed on demand. For more details, you can find it at Astros.com. Verdi was up earlier. Suspect to start to toss a little bit again.
Bonifacio shows bunt and ball 1.
Get into that 9th inning, and starting pitchers in this era not used to finishing ball games, so it's a little bit different mentally. Going along nicely, just concentrating one hitter at a time, and you tend to rush a little bit in the 9th. You start putting yourself in that clubhouse. You start wanting to finish things off, maybe trying to make the perfect pitch, and you end up muscling up. And missed upstairs with the fastball to Coghlan to give up the base hit, and then just threw a bad breaking ball to Bonifacio. And since that 1st inning, you can probably count on one hand the number of bad breaking pitches he has thrown tonight. Eliminate the score, where you are in the game, and just focus on the hitter. one pitch at a time.
Pitch number 97 coming up. It is strike one. In the last game, Wandy threw 105 pitches in 4 innings.
It's remarkable how much this is like the Nolasco game. The Astros beat Ricky Nolasco in Florida last week, scored 10 runs off of him. And he pitched the opener for the Marlins and was brilliant, retiring 23 in a row at one time.
Good parallel. Still a 1-2 count. Wandy in his last 10 starts has gone 6-1 with a 2.67 ERA since the 21st of June. Every win he gets is a new career high for him. Shooting for number 12 tonight. He goes to a 2-2 count. The Astros have 5 complete games as a staff. Wandy with 1 of those. Roy Oswald leads the club with 3. Line drive left field. Carlos Lee comes over to play it. And now Hanley Ramirez comes up representing the potential tying run with nobody out.
You have to feel for Cecil Cooper, don't you?
Yes.
You know, he leaves Wandy in there, and Valverde having struggled last night. And hoping he could get a nice, easy win, but it's just not going to happen. Drama last night, drama again tonight. Valverde better be sharper tonight than he was last night.
Standing ovation for Wandy Rodriguez, who has handcuffed the Marlins on only 4 hits through 8 innings plus. Now he turns it over to Jose Valverde. We'll be back in just a moment. Wandy Rodriguez, he's limited the Marlins to 4 hits, all of them singles. 1 run unearned, walking 2, fanning 7. 2 men on base, his responsibility with Jose Valverde coming in to face Hanley Ramirez. Runners at first and second, nobody out. He has 17 saves and 21 opportunities.
3-run cushion here, as was the case last night when Jose came in to start the ninth with nobody on base. A good start there. That's right through the center of the strike zone for strike 1.
Valverde faced 6 batters last night. Ramirez was not one of them. John Baker is on deck. Paulino due up next. Oh boy. 0-2.
Keep your hands inside the ride at all times.
It was a wild ride last night.
You know, on a roller coaster when you get that click,
yeah.
click, click as you make that slow, steady ascent. You can feel that drama building.
That's it. Cecil Cooper had to be feeling it last night. Valverde walked 2 men after having them down 0-2 in the count last night, and he hit a batter on a 1-2 pitch. Didn't give up a hit, but there was all kinds of drama in the 6-3 win.
That's entertaining for the customers.
It certainly was every bit of that.
That was the one early in the game that Rapuana was consistently calling a strike. I'm not saying it was a strike. It looked like it was off the plate. Similar to the one that Carlos Lee got run up on.
Yep. Carlos has got to be wondering why that's not a strike.
No wonder too demonstrably you'll get thrown out. Rapuano's the guy that threw Shane Victorino out from center field in Philadelphia.
Right. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him to chase at 97. Big out.
Ramirez goes out of the strike zone to try to catch up to that heater. Trying to go back outside again.
That's John Baker pinch hitting for Paulino. Paulino was 0 for 5 lifetime against Valverde. And 0 for 2 in this game with a walk. Baker is 0 for 1 against him. And fouls it strike one.
It's a tough call for a manager. Obviously, you get the left-handed bat in there against the righty. But you're also bringing a guy cold off the bench to face 97 miles an hour as opposed to a guy who's been in the game and in the rhythm of the game all night long. It's not an easy call.
Baker had 3 straight 2-hit games at Florida against the Astros. He's 1 for 7 in this series. Fouls it, and it's 0-2.
Baker with only 3 pinch hit at bats this year. Ross Gloat over there, who's been very good, 14 out of 52 with a home run, but he opted to go with Baker.
Baker's hitting .323 with men in scoring position. Down in the count 0-2. Last night was the first time in Valverde's career he threw that many pitches in a hitless inning. 38 pitches. But he got save number 17, and if he gets one tonight, he ties Doug Jones for 6th place on the Astros all-time save list with 62. I don't know if we could find 2 more different pitchers than Jose Valverde and Doug Jones.
No, Jones with that sidearm changeup that he featured. Dive bomber that just drop right on top of home plate. Got one ground ball after another. Very laid back on the mound, cool, and Jose's out there all energy and drama, flying all over the place.
That's hit to right field. Hunter Pence backing on it all the way back. He makes a running catch, and the runners scramble back to their base. A terrific play by Hunter Pence on a well-hit ball by Baker.
Exhale, Wandy.
Well, Hunter bailed out Valverde on Sunday in Milwaukee for the final out.
The key to this play is how deep he was playing. He's playing very deep, so he didn't have that far to go. Golf clap there. Inside, his heart's just thumping in his chest. Doesn't want to lose this W. He worked awfully hard. Pitched a beautiful ball game.
Prince tracked down that drive by Prince Fielder on Sunday for the final out with a couple of men on. Now Dan Ogla 0 for 3 with an RBI. He's not allowed to run to the Marlins. 5 appearances last year and this as an Astro. Uglo looks at ball one. These two teams playing each other 7 times in the span of 11 days. There's been a whole lot of hitting in this series. A very well pitched game by the Astros. 1-1.
It didn't look good early on. Wandy was a little shaky in the first, and Josh Johnson looked dominant early.
Velasco gave the Astros 2 runs on 3 hits in his complete game win Tuesday night. One and 2. 13 pitches so far for Valverde. And number 12 on the line for Rodriguez.
Leaning heavily on that fastball tonight, staying away from the splitter. The last one clocked at 99. As was that one.
Uglo really swings hard. Entertaining ball game tonight. With the 2 long home runs for the Astros and airtight pitching. Two and 2. It usually comes down to the closer. Alberta 17 saves and 21 opportunities, trying to close it out and win this series for the Astros. They've lost 6 of 7 series. Three-2 now.
Be able to get Ramirez to chase. Taking a couple of shots now with Ugla after getting ahead. And Ugla, pretty patient hitter. Drawn 69 walks this year. He strikes out a fair amount. He's one of those guys who's willing to take some strikes to try to work the count.
Valverde struck him out last night. Ugla 1 for 5 against Valverde with a walk. 3-2, 2 outs. The runners go on this one. And he struck him out to end it. Jose Valverde comes back to get another save. It's win number 12 for Wandy Rodriguez. They combine on a 4-hitter. All 4 hits singles by the Fish. And the Astros beat Josh Johnson.